Okay, so my presentation is on negative impact of video games. This presentation is to inform you about how video games influence kids nowadays, especially teens in high school. So these are popular video games that are played now, like Call of Duty, Grand Theft Auto, Halo, and Resident Evil. Some ways that video games impact teens are they promote teen violence, they cause isolation, some parents don't even know what their kids are playing, and it promotes bad images for girls, also bad grades. So teen violence can be promoted because in these video games all kids do is kill people in these video games. They steal, they fight a lot. As you can see, Norca states that playing video games increase aggressive behavior because violent acts are continually repeated throughout the video game, stated by Gentile and Anderson. Brushman and Anderson also said that after playing video games for a certain amount of time, the person playing automatically primed aggressive thoughts. So basically, the longer kids play these video games, the more they are influenced by what they are playing. The more they fight, the more they do these violent activities, the more they show that in real life. So another study that was made by Gentile, Lynch, and Linder and Walsh was that teenagers who play violent games for a long time are more aggressive, confront teachers, engage in fights, decline in school achievements. Researchers also found that students who did stop their excess gaming reduced their levels of depression, anxiety, and social phobia. So kids that play video games are more likely to be isolated, and they're more likely to just stay in their room all day and just play video games. So this is a chart that I found, and it's basically showing that this section right here shows who plays video games the most, and it's showing that kids are aggressive and bullying, at a 53%. They're more likely to be in delinquent behaviors or school problems. They get poor grades on report cards, 31%. Also, kids that play video games are most likely to be isolated. They spend less time socializing with their friends. They interact less with their family members, and they are less likely to be involved in school activities. They want to spend most of their days just playing video games and not worrying about anything else. So another way that video games is bad is because parents are not aware of what their kids are playing. There are plenty of ratings. There are different ratings for every game, and there could be an 8-year-old or a 10-year-old playing a game that is meant for an 18-year-old, and that is not right. These parents need to be aware of what they are showing their kids. There are games that the Entertainment Software Rating Board rate due to the amount of violence, sex, language, and abuse in the video game. Video games can have negative images on girls because this is what video games portray of girls in the video games. Half of these girls are naked, or they're strippers, they're hookers, they're prostitutes. They show these girls in the video games giving guys lap dances, and little girls may think that this is how they need to act to get people's attention, and guys want this in real life. Well, boys. Also, it gives bad grades. As you can see, heavy users fall into the fair/poor C's or below by 47%. And all the other ones, they're either moderate or light users. They get poor grades because they don't study enough. These kids have computers in their room or their game systems in their rooms, and they spend most of their time playing video games, and they don't spend enough time trying to study, get their homework done, or anything else. It shows that about 70% have TVs in their rooms with videos with the game system, and it shows that they have felt addicted, more than 60% of them. This shows that it relates to getting bad grades, because if you are addicted to games, then you are not getting any schoolwork done. You're basically just trying to play video games and forget about your schoolwork. So that pretty much sums up my presentation. You know, video games really has bad impacts on kids. Like it promotes teen violence, bad grades. Kids just portray bad images on girls by what they see in these video games. So something should really be done to stop it, and parents really need to watch what their kids are playing.